Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Kasparovchess. I'm Mig Greengard, hosting here with former world chess champion and whose name is right there on the website there, Garry Kasparov. How are you doing tonight, Gary?
Doing fine, thanks.
Yeah, been keeping up with the action here on the FIDE Candidates Tournament, trying to find that challenger. The days are getting short. This was round 11 today, only 3 to go. Magnus Carlsen is standing by. I don't think he's quite shaking in his boots, but what do you think?
Look, I don't think Magnus cares very much, so he's expecting his opponent, and he may have some preferences, but he knows that it's not over until it's over. So, now looks like Nepomniachtchi's chances looking better and better, but still 3 rounds to go, and. I would, whoever qualifies, I still think Magnus in this match I would be favorite.
Still the clear favorite, and we
Yes,
did get some fighting chess though, which is really an
which is
important
not
thing.
surprising.
I
In
mean,
every round we have decisive games,
yeah,
and even most of the draws, they're just fighting draws. So it's in the last round that we are discussing now. That's even look at a draw. Made by Alexeyenko and Rahal.
hmm
That's a fighting draw. So just they both tried. They're not trying to qualify. So, but they are there, and they just they want to show the best they can, and we're not disappointed. There was one draw that may be called a grandmaster draw. So because Nepomniachtchi uh, had no ambitions for the game, as we expected. So that's
right,
he made his choice to play for a draw, and he had an opening that put Caruana in a very odd situation because it's just very difficult to play for win in this
right.
position. Yeah, unless you want to take huge position risk and without playing d5 in the opening, but it just doesn't make much sense. So
Right, right.
Caruana played according to the best theory, easily equalized, but it's not just equality that could lead to some complications. It was equality that led to a dead draw,
Right. No chance to
and
outplay
no, no,
Nepomniachtchi
no,
in that
no,
position. Right.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so it's the and and Nepomniachtchi, kept his advantage. He's 1 full point ahead of Caruana, but now he got someone else. Um, Pursuing him.
Right.
And as we suggested, uh, watching Anish Giri,
Yeah.
it's always was trying because Giri won today. He was lucky.
hmm
We can't ignore the fact that he was not doing well at one point of the game.
Right.
I think he had a good position after the opening, but then I think he misplayed it, and Dink had very comfortable position,
Right.
very comfortable
With
position
black, and
with
this is
black.
very much what you called just a few days ago. You said that because he's out of it and he had high expectations coming in, that it was going to be now that he's out of it, it's going to be very hard for him to focus. He might play brilliantly for a little while, and then again he's
Yeah,
top three in the world,
that's
and
exactly
he
what's happened.
exactly
That's
what
exactly
happened.
what's happened in this game. He played well, just it's immediately after the opening, and at one point he could clear the position, reaching an end game with okay some winning chances. I
hmm
wouldn't say it's a big advantage for Black, but instead of playing, I think G5,
Right.
he could have taken on E4, take on C5, and then Rook HF8, and then take on F3, taking back the pawn
hmm
and having a very very good endgame.
Right.
Giri had to in this case, Giri would have no choice but to fight hard for a draw. And then instead he played G5, and then I think the G4 was a terrible move.
Right.
The next move was, the mistakes. I think it's Zigbert Tarash who said that mistakes. I'm not sure who said it. That mistakes, do not travel alone.
Right. Right. They travel in packs, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
That's yeah.
exactly. Yes,
So,
yeah. It's the and yeah, and the G4 was a terrible move. After that, G5 and H4, Giri got winning position, and then he finished it in a style.
It
So
was
this is
nice. It was a nice,
decisive,
right,
decisive attack. Yes.
right.
Um, but the most entertaining game of the round was MVL's game again. It was again his game, and again he
I
lost.
was going to
Yes,
say, yeah,
yes,
normally that
yes,
might
and
sound good, but the fact
yeah,
that he's
yeah,
lost two of them,
yeah,
yeah,
and he lost not just the game, but his last hope to catch up with the leader,
right.
and probably his last hope to qualify for the World Championship match. No, he's no longer in his 20s. I think he's turning 30 now. Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
everybody seem all these guys seem so young to me.
Yeah, no, this is
He's
yeah,
not
okay.
quite over the hill, but yeah,
Yeah, but still,
it's going to be tough.
Yeah, he's going to be tough. Yeah, so
I mean, just because again, there's nobody's waiting for you. It's not like the old days where you
yeah,
expect to come back at
no,
40,
no,
at 50, a
no,
Korchnoi,
no,
a Smyslov. I mean, now you've
no,
got 19-year-olds,
yeah, exactly.
20-year-olds.
Yeah,
Faruja is not going to wait another
no,
cycle. He's going
no,
to be a favorite. And you still
no,
got Caruana
no,
there.
no, no. This the it's yeah, Maxim faced Grishuk, who also was just was no longer in the race, and and we all expected a big fight. So it's this the MVL played Sicilian, and Grishuk played um, this very odd line by traditional standards,
Yeah.
with knight c3, d4, queen d4, and then b3. So when I played Sicilian, as a kid, so I would be, shocked to, just to see that somebody, managed to have the fianchetto in traditional Sicilian. Actually, it's open Sicilian
Right.
because d4 was played. The dark square bishop fianchetto.
Right. Yeah, it's bizarre. It's like
Yeah,
if you only look at the black side, you're
yes,
thinking, oh, we have a dragon, and then you look down, you're like, what the heck is going on?
yeah,
It's very strange.
yeah, and and they think that there was some kind of theory, and I have no doubt that MVL spent time analyzing it, because that's a fashionable line, and he just tried immediately to capitalize on disappearance of white bishop from this diagonal c1 h6. Played by bishop h6 e5, and while I'm not aware about all these details in the opening, but it seems to me that they both had some kind of preparation. I don't know when the preparation ended, but what was the very serious mistake is move 17,
Right.
when MVO played bishop g7.
Right.
It didn't look good, because you don't go back. So you put all your bets on this pin, and I think the queen f2 was a very natural move.
Okay.
Yeah, then you have to look for some sharp complications. Rook dh1, take on f4, g4, f3, queen takes e6, f takes e2, knight takes e2, rook takes c2, rook 3 h2, rook takes b2, king b2, and then queen probably goes on c5. I don't know, but this is the way you have to play. And bishop g7 was definitely a wrong move, and it seems to me that Grishuk had a very, very strong push, so it's probably again almost winning. And I think MVL was quite desperate. He played d5 at one point, so he decided to open the position. He could have taken on g3 instead of playing d5. What move was that, Mig? d5.
Right. D5 was move 22.
22, yes. Taking on g3, playing h5. gh6, king h7. I think what he was afraid is that Grishuk could play knight d5, take on d5, e d5, and just and then, or black had no active play. Though I'm not sure how white could win this position. Yes, I don't know. Maybe just playing c4, queen d3, and rook g1. Maybe attacking g6 square. I don't know, but it seems to me that that wasn't also an option, and he just decided to go all or nothing, right. And Grishuk took the challenge, and it seemed that white attack on h5 was decisive.
Yeah.
And at one point, I think Grishuk missed a win. So as he took on h5 prematurely, I think move 31, rook h3. Yes, was probably winning. And it still looked dangerous. And MVL could have played rook h4 instead of queen d5 at move 34, and then exchange queens. There was draw immediately. I wonder whether he saw it and decided that he could go just, for a win, because he already saw Garry winning, or probably won at that point.
Okay.
And he decided that he'd rather try his chance than playing for a draw, which would be a normal result, in this very sharp and complicated game. And it's not just, he made a second-rate move, queen d5. I think position was still playable, but then a terrible blunder was rook takes g5.
Right, on move 36, right?
Yes, when he took on g5, he missed queen takes b7, and the bishop on e5 was not hanging because queen goes, queen g2 check, queen h2, and takes the rook. And and then with the pawn on b7 lost, I think the position was already desperate. But instead of rook takes g5, you could have played rook e8. And that was when the position was there, and he spent a few minutes thinking about it. I thought, wow, why not playing rook e8?
Right.
And that's bishop c3, simply b6, and then queen c6, rook e6, and I don't see black having any real danger. I don't think they can play for a win, but I think it's a balanced position.
Right.
And that's surprisingly MVL blew it up, and he took on g5, queen b7, and then just to make things worse. So he missed his last chance when he took on c2.
Right, and he mentioned this after the game.
Yeah, I know. He didn't even think about it.
Right, just still, recaptured automatically.
I could feel the position was still lost, but it's just it could be almost a study-like win for White, and because you play bishop a3 and you just you win this tempi, and then your king appears on d7. It doesn't go on h7, g6. It goes on d7, and then White had to find the only way to win. So with king c3, king c4, king b5, king. Yes, this is bishop goes on e7, king goes on a6. But this is again study-like win.
To find that over the board, not impossible, but very, very hard.
Yes, but it's
exactly
very hard, because otherwise just if you simply have a king on d5 and bishop on e7, pawn on b5, black king goes on b7, and that's easy draw. It's he just took on c2, and then the rest was almost automatic. So he just had the lost position, but not with king not on d7 but on h7. So he had to spend so much time to bring his king back.
Hopeless.
And that's sealed his fate in this tournament. Yeah, and if before that round we said that there were 4 players, there were 4 of them.
Right.
Yes. After this round, the 3 left.
Yep.
So just now we count down like Agatha Christie. Just count down. Yes, there were 4. Now there are 3, and I can make a prediction that after the next round there will be 2. No matter what happens in the most important game of the round, Caruana Garry, there will be 2 of them. Right. If Garry survives or wins, Caruana is out. If it's a draw, I think Caruana is still out. So it's highly unlikely.
Okay.
Theoretically, there's a chance if Van Hau beats Nepomniachtchi, and I think that's also the game that could be a test of Nepomniachtchi's nerves, because Van Hau, unlike Ding, he cares about his performance. Right. We could see that today with Alexeyenko. It was a fighting draw. They both tried hard, but Van Hau will play to the very end, and he will not be losing interest as it happened with Ding.
Right. Because he came in with no real grand expectations. This was a
bonus
from day one.
And it's probably his only candidates tournament. I doubt very much he'll qualify again. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure he wants to show his best, and that might be also a challenge for Nepo. So Nepomniachtchi, Van Hau Nepomniachtchi, and Caruana Garry. So 2 games to watch.
Right. And then there's a rest day and then we finish strong the final 2 rounds, which may be anticlimactic depending on the results tomorrow, as you're saying. I mean, but there will still be someone in the mix.
Yeah, if Nepo wins,
right?
Yes,
okay,
then it's over. If Nepo wins, it's over. But if he doesn't win, the game goes on, because there will be nerves,
Someone right behind, someone right
yeah,
behind
yeah,
him, right?
yeah, right behind him. And I don't know, they should start looking at their
Oh, the tie
the
breaks,
tie
right?
tie breaks. I don't know, so it's whether Giri or Caruana
Right.
would have a better tie break than Nepo. But we'll
Right.
see.
Well, I think, head to head. So Nepomniachtchi has his win against Giri and 2 draws against
Yeah,
Caruana. So I know this has all been mapped out somewhere, but
yeah,
we've been
yeah,
kind of putting off talking about that until we get to the final 2 rounds, because obviously everything changes. So
yeah,
right now he's in the
yep,
driver's seat. So big one
yep.
tomorrow.
He's roses.
No,
Yep.
any predictions? What do you think? The big
Um,
showdown, Caruana Giri.
I think Giri will survive.
He's
I
playing
think Giri
well,
will
like you
survive.
said. I
I
mean,
think
you
Giri.
called
I
it.
think
We spent
Giri will
3 minutes
survive.
trying to come up with a word to describe, he's playing, and
Yeah,
at the end of the day, you said he's playing damn good chess.
exactly. And it's not just in this tournament.
Right.
Throughout the year, so you can see very, very. It's again. When I say solid, you say Giri always plays solid, but it's beyond solid. So it's
Hmm.
solid plus
Hmm.
plus very creatively and resourcefully. So
Hmm.
his chess is quite impressive, and I think that's just at that moment. I think those are just the two strongest players, Gira and Caruana. No offense meant to Nepomniachtchi, but this is the way I see them playing in this tournament and this year.
Okay.
But Nepomniachtchi is in the lead,
Right.
and we'll see. So if he manages to survive against Van Gaal or even beat him, and then again, it's at the end of this at the end of the day, it's not about one player being stronger than another. It's about how many points you
Yeah.
have, by after the last round.
Right. That's it. You still got to win the games.
You
Well,
still get one again.
well, that's
Yeah.
it here today. We'll be back with another recap after tomorrow's round, and then we're going to do some little live experiments here coming up
Yep.
on the free day. Are
On
you ready to
Sunday.
go live? Are you ready to Twitch? I'm
Yes.
not.
Yes. Yes. We should try. We should try. We should try. Yes.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Thanks
Okay.
so much to
Okay.
former world champion Garry Kasparov. Good to see you, and see you back right here tomorrow at kasparovchess.com.